All right, folks, welcome back to part two. So we've got hints of life. According to orbiter observations from Mariner 9 and Viking 1, objects can be observed which have been interpreted by scientists as evidence of advanced intelligent life once existing on Mars. In 1972, images show an area of Mars now known as the Elysium Quadrangle. In 1974, a notice appeared in Icarus, a scientific journal, reporting the following: the pyramids of Elysium. Pyramid-like structures have been observed on the Martian surface located in the Elysium Quadrangle. They are visible in Mariner photographs. These structures cast triangle and polygonal shadows. A short distance away, steep volcanic cones and impact craters have been observed. The triangular pyramid structures are 3 kilometers at the base, and the mean diameter of the polygonal structure is 6 kilometers. Another Mariner photo shows 4 huge 3-sided pyramids. Astronomer Carl Sagan wrote, quote, "The largest are 3 kilometers across at the base and 1 kilometer high, much larger than the pyramids of Sumer, Egypt, or Mexico." Hancock points out that they are set out on the Martian surface in a deliberate pattern or alignment, similar to Earth's pyramids. There are also Martian pyramids located at a region called Cydonia, at 40 degrees north latitude, almost halfway around the planet from where Elysium is. The pyramids and the face of Cydonia. So, Cydonia's pyramids were photographed in 1976 by the Viking 1 orbiter from an altitude of 1,000 miles and identified by Dr. Tobias Owen, professor of astronomy at the University of Hawaii. Many other features spread over 34 by 31 miles are demonstrably shown to be artificial. The whole area appears to be intelligently structured and organized. It isn't random. Hancock even compares the area to what an archaeological site on Earth might look like if photographed from 1,000 miles up. Hancock argues that these are ruined monuments on the Martian surface, and that the most dramatic is a massive sphinx-like face that NASA dismissed as an optical trick. This explanation was challenged after 1980 when Vincent DiPietro, a computer scientist with the Goddard Spacecraft Center, a part of NASA, discovered another image of the face. The second image was shot 35 days after the first under different lighting, allowing a comparison to be made. The face has a distinctive headdress 1.6 miles in length and 1.2 miles wide, and is almost 2,600 feet high. Hancock states that the face could be a small mountain weathered over time, but the sides are too similar and it is symmetrically aligned. Other features revealed under computer enhancement show that the likelihood of the face being a natural phenomenon is slender at best. There are, quote, teeth in the mouth, bilaterally crossed lines over the eyes, and lateral stripes on the headpiece, which is suggestive of the Nemes headdress of Egyptian pharaohs. Dr. Mark Carlato, an expert in image processing, states, quote, "These features appear in both the Viking images, are coherent shapes, and are structurally integral to the object. Therefore, they could not have been caused by random noise or by artifacts of the image restoration and enhancement process. Improbable assortment of anomalies." The D&M pyramids, named after DiPietro and Gregory Molinar, who discovered them, are 5-sided structures 10 miles from the face, and like the Great Pyramid of Egypt, are lined up perfectly north-south towards the spin axis of Mars. Richard Hoagland, the ex-NASA consultant, asks, quote, "What are the odds against two terrestrial-like monuments on such an alien planet in essentially the same location?" Hoagland has also identified additional artificial features. We'll get into Hoagland in the future, by the way. These include the fort with distinctive straight edges, and the city, discovered by Hoagland as, quote, "a remarkable rectilinear arrangement of massive structures interspersed with several smaller pyramids and even smaller conical-shaped buildings." Hoagland states that the city seems to have been sited in a way where the inhabitants would have an excellent view of the face. The Tholis is a huge mound similar to Silbury Hill in England. Similar? It's the bloody same. Look at it. And the city square is a group of four mounds centered on a fifth smaller one. Researchers in Glasgow also identified a huge pyramid 25 miles west of the face called the NK Pyramid, on the same latitude as the D&M Pyramid. Chris O'Kane of the UK Mars Project states, quote, looking at the whole of Cydonia and at the way all these structures are sited, my gut feeling is that they have to be artificial. Yeah, you think? He also states, quote, many of the structures are non-fractal. Highly sophisticated computers have assessed these structures and concluded that they are unquestionably artificial. Quote, what we have, therefore, is an improbable assortment of anomalies. They have what looks like planned alignments. They're found in distinctive groups and they're non-fractal, concludes Chris O'Kane. Right, different title, Gallery of Mysteries. So in 1996, Carl Sagan commented on the face, saying the structure, quote, was probably sculpted by slow geological processes over millions of years. He also admitted that he could be mistaken and urged American and Russian missions to Mars to make efforts, quote, to look much more closely at the pyramids and at what some people call the face and the city. Quote, these features merit closer attention with higher resolution. More detailed photos of the face would surely settle issues of symmetry and help resolve the debate between geology and monumental structure. Hancock states that he doesn't share Sagan's confidence that higher resolution photos will resolve the debate, and that until astronauts land on Mars and actually go to Cydonia, which I personally doubt will ever happen, the matter won't be resolved. He also points out that NASA has made contradictory statements regarding the face and the pyramids. Oh no, really? Who would have thought that? But yeah, Hancock's right. I mean, there's always going to be narcissists and science and astronomy and all the rest of it, and Martianology, if that's a thing, or maybe I just made that word up. But there's always going to be those academics, those cerebral narcissists, with their book caves and their slippers and pipes, who look down on everyone else and know better than they. You know, don't waste your time arguing with academia. I've been on both sides of it. Academia is an echo chamber, and it's full of, you know, self-masturbatory wankers, who love the smell of their own piss. Hancock suggests that there might be some dishonest agenda when it comes to Mars, and that there may even be a link between the Martian monuments and UFO controversies such as Area 51 and alien abductions. Well, I would say that is a distinct possibility. I've briefly covered that in the past, but I'll get into it a lot more in the future. This has fueled paranoia, especially in the US, that there is a government cover-up. Hancock then states that his goal in part one of his book is to look into the planet itself and to attempt to solve the mystery of why Mars died. Well, that's a very good question, Mr. Hancock. And like I say, I'll be getting into other sources in the future which flesh this out more, but Hancock is a very good place to begin. The Mars mystery is a very good way to begin this subject because it's coming from the kind of middle of the roads, well researched. Again, I don't want to say academic, but the thing about Hancock's work is it's sourced, it's backed up, it's supported. He quotes professors and experts and those who've looked into it. You know, so he's very credible, Hancock, in my opinion. I mean, even he has his detractors, if you can fucking believe it. When you look into Hancock's work, even briefly as I have, you can tell that this guy knows his stuff. His work is very well done. And by the way, I looked, into like the bibliography of, the Mars Mystery. I've got other books of Hancock's. I don't know where they are though, because I've got that many books or somewhere around here. But no, Hancock's the real deal. Really is. His work is very well researched, and those who criticize him haven't got a fucking clue, quite frankly, in my opinion. It's easy, with internet and trolls on the internet and fucking narcissism being what is prevalent in today's world. 1 in 6 people, like I say, 16% of the population are fucking narcissists, and there's the stupid empaths who fucking blindly follow them and fall for that crap. So you're dealing with more than 16% of the population overall, because empaths get trapped in the narcissistic web. But I know I'm getting kind of ranty and sidetracked here, but hopefully you follow my line of thought here that the internet is an absolute cesspit for fucking narcissists and their gullible empath followers. And, I just really hope that credible, excellent researchers like Hancock don't get pulled down into the mire and the muck and the swamp of trollatry, if that's a word. These online narcissists and there's dumb, thick as fuck empath, emotional thinkers. But yeah, another excellent presentation. Not because I wrote it, but the information in the presentation is excellent, provided by Hancock. And I'm really looking forward to going through this book. I'm actually looking forward to almost to the same level, if not more, than when I did when Scotland was Jewish, because it's along actually the same line. I think that portions of humanity actually came from Mars, specifically Europeans, people of European lineage. And when you really start to put the dots together, as David Icke likes to say, it's a fascinating tapestry that you start to come up with. So thank you very much for watching and listening, and I'll see you the next time. And as always, leave your thoughts and comments below. Is trollatry a word, by the way? Or did I just make that up? What about Martianology? Did I make that up too?